Hey everybody, it's your boy SergDragon, and welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters Podcast. With me always is Terrence, aka T-Money.
If you smell what the lion is cooking.
Today we are going to cover Friday Night Smackdown on November 15th, as well as 205. We just watched it, I just skimmed through it. So with that said, let's go ahead and start off the show. First off, we have King Corbin coming out to the ring along with Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, calling out the Big Dawg, basically just question his authority, and he declared himself team captain of SmackDown for Survivor Series team, in which we have the lineup. We have King Corbin, Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, and I hope they do good because we got two cruiserweight classes, Ali and Shorty G. I mean, I know their high flying skills and grappling styles, which for Shorty G are good, but still, you got Raw's lineup is going to be good, hands down. Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns are going to be powerhouses as well as King Corbin. In which case, he wanted to change out.
He's more of a technician.
No, he's a powerhouse because of his size. And he was a football player, so that helps.
The powerhouse is like strong, like Batista and Brock Lesnar, bro.
Shoot, it takes a lot of strength to lift up someone like Roman Reigns in freaking end of days.
He's probably like a technician or a brawler or a grappler.
Hey, if you can lift somebody here and slam them, that's a powerhouse.
But it has to be a bigger guy.
He's a bigger guy. He's 6 feet tall.
I'm talking about listen like Mark.
You mean with? Yeah. Nah, guys like him, they count as super heavyweights because of their height. So here we go. We got the fact that King Corbin addresses his team and says he don't like nobody on there except for two people that I just mentioned and wants to switch them out in a match to prove that Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode deserve to be on the team more than them. So they would ultimately call out Roman Reigns, but instead they call out the Big Dawg, and it's a guy in a bulldog mascot uniform.
It's a mascot.
Yeah, a mascot. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Mascot uniform. It's just mocking him even further. Ultimately, Shorty G and Ali come out for that match to prove that would be the first match of the night, in which case, in the match, Roman Reigns officially comes in when, King Corbin's tomfoolery comes into play, knowing that he's trying to cheat while the referee ain't looking. And he's pretty much evened the odds, and ultimately, with the help of Roman Reigns taking care of King Corbin, the dog mascot wasn't nobody. It was just somebody in a suit, I guess, because he didn't attack or reveal he was a wrestler. He was just somebody. Even backstage, he was still with them. So if it was a wrestler like the bunny, I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know who is under there. Nonetheless, though, we would have the winners of that match, Ali and Shorty G, proving their worth and going to Survivor Series representing SmackDown, which is kind of good, but sad at the same time because the only heel happens to be the captain is King Corbin. I'm hoping that changes up before Survivor Series this Sunday on the 24th. Next up, we would have the New Day versus the Revival SmackDown team rematch ended in a no contest thanks to the interference, surprising, once again, NXT members of the Undisputed Era dropping all of them and showcasing that they are coming to take over at Survivor Series. The whole entire SmackDown roster that wasn't there after Crown Jewel was there to actually back them up this time, and they got them running. If I were them, I would have been another team that came up behind ready to jump them. I'm sorry, I would have done that. Next up, we would have Heavy Machinery versus Kevin Tibbs and Skip, I guess, local talents.
Skip Steve.
I can't spell it. They're not important. I'm just saying right now, they're not important. Heavy Machinery does quick work with them. If I remember correctly, they're not doing a tag team versus tag team this time. But they are having the women's, which we'll cover in just a second.
Well, you know who's in charge of Smackdown, right?
Who?
Bruce Pritchard.
Who's Bruce Pritchard?
He's
yeah. I remember. I know now.
Yeah, him and Vince. Because Paul, about Paul Heyman and Vince McMahon has Raw. Mm-hmm. Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon has SmackDown, and they had to get the matches right, so they get Vince McMahon to like it.
Next up, we would have Nikki Cross and Bayley ultimately try. I don't know why Bayley's doing this. I guess she's trying to push herself, but she's saying that if she can beat Nikki Cross, she'll ultimately be taking her place and be in 2 matches, the 3-way dance of the brand supremacy for Raw, NXT, and her representing SmackDown Women's Champions, and she trying to be in a women's tag Survivor Series match as well. Sadly, this match would be also in no contest thanks to the surprise interference of the NXT champion, Shayna Baszler. And you think she came alone? Nope. Bayley is trying to play the run game and gets jumped by the other 4 members who are going to be taking part in the NXT Women's Survivor Series match. They would be literally the other 4 women of the War Games. We have Rhea Ripley, Dakota Kai, Mia Yim, and I forget, Donna Knox. Someone was that? I forgot her name.
Amanda Knox?
Yeah. Tana Knox.
Okay.
How you pronounce it?
Tegan Knox.
Tegan Knox. Thank you. Tiga. That is a name I am not acquired with. But ultimately, thanks to their interference, the remaining SmackDown women all come out. I mean, everybody, including Tamina. All of them come out to defend their brand and their women. And Sasha Banks apparently is going to be the leading team captain of Team SmackDown and says to the other 4 women besides Shayna Baszler in a 8-woman tag team match to say if they want some spotlight, come get some. Between her, Nikki Cross, Carmella, and Dana Brooke. So it's going to be Dana Brooke, Carmella, Nikki Cross, Lacey Evans, I heard. That means the lady chick, and Sasha Banks representing Team SmackDown. No word on who's going to represent Raw yet. Probably tonight, which is today is Monday. So we'll probably hear who's going to represent Raw. Who are you hoping for on the Raw brand? May not be Becky, but I know Charlotte's going to be a number 1 pick.
I don't care. I don't care either. I don't really care who.
I think we also got Zelina Vega. Who else is on Raw? Natalia. That's one. That'd be funny if we saw Nia Jax make a return.
Natalia is a veteran. Mm-hmm. She's been in that company longer than they have.
Next, we have The Miz TV with his special guest, Daniel Bryan, who was assaulted by the Fiend Bray Wyatt and was trying to be recruited by Sami Zayn, representing Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura as the artists. But I don't like The Miz. It sounds like he's turning back into the heel, or he's just talking the way he talks as a babyface.
He's just talking when he talks.
Yeah. But he does raise a good point. What is the Daniel Bryan we are dealing with? Are we doing the yes, or are we doing the new Daniel Bryan, which is the environmental Bryan? We don't know because of the fact that because of his losing streak as of late, we can't say for sure what Daniel Bryan we are going to get. Ultimately, he starts repeating himself, and even The Miz mentions it, and he says, "No, you shut up and you listen." We then hear the childish music of the Firefly Funhouse with Bray Wyatt introducing the new title, the blue Universal title belt. In his, it looked like a fridge, but I guess it's a cooler of new toys. He had a lot of weird stuff on there. A doll, horn,
it's more like
wig.
It's more like a toy chest. But
Good point. But ultimately, he would actually mock him, and Daniel Bryan would go on to actually say that he wants a match with him at Survivor Series. Does he accept? And he just looked at him and said, yes, 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 yes. And everybody's going, he's mocking him. And he's even got all the puppets too. He's saying, yes, for the doll, for the buzzard, for the pig, for the bunny. And he's saying, no. And they're making a game out of it. I love it. Do that with Daniel Bryan. That's the fun part with Daniel Bryan. Do it. So, just like we would have on Monday Night Raw for the WWE World Title, we have Brock Lesnar defending it.
Championship, bro.
I like calling it World Title. WWE Championship, Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio. We have Daniel Bryan going against the Universal Champion, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Daniel, I wish you the best of luck, because The Fiend is, storyline-wise, supposed to be an overhouse powerhouse. Just unstoppable. So, let's find out.
They banned that name for the...
Oh, that's it? Damn. That would be it for SmackDown. Go ahead and look up the same date, November 15th for 205 Live.
They banned that name.
What?
The world part for the championship.
I'll still call it World. While he looks that up, a shout out to our boys, Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, Andre Mitchell. A link to their YouTube pages will be in descriptions down below, as always. And a remaining shout out to Chris Petrie, Renee, Farrell, and Delvin.
What was the date?
November 15th. Excuse me. Coffee. I just had my snack. It was good. Also, I want to report this. While we were watching 205 Live, last Friday's episode, we just skipped through it. I did. I was like, zzz, 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 zzz. Apparently, I did not know this because of me skimming through it like did last time. Apparently, Angel Garza, during his match with the NXT Cruiserweight Champion defending his title, Lita Rush, he had his wife in the audience, and Angel Garza came up to her. I'm guessing he talked smack or to woo her, and she wasn't having none of it, and neither was Lita Rush. Ultimately, that got him the motivation to win that match. But that was 2 weeks ago, it said. So, wow.
He's still a joke.
Who?
Lita Rush.
Not really. He's the champion right now, and he earns it. I'll say that much.
Still a joke to me.
Because he's small?
Yeah.
Well, that's a cruiserweight. What do you expect? He's a high flyer. And Rey Mysterio was small. Rey Mysterio is much buffer now.
He been buffer.
Yeah. But considering back then.
The difference between Rey Mysterio had one more, has been around longer. And
of course. But we're talking comparisons to Rey Mysterio back then and Lita Rush now. There's not really that much difference if you think about it. But Rey Mysterio now has that experience that Lita Rush is looking forward to having in WWE.
But Rey Mysterio, he's won more titles than us.
Of course, he had the years. He had the years for it. Lita Rush is trying to, and this is technically his first title, which I commend him for, beating Drew Gulak at the time. Drew Gulak has downgraded like hell. Oh my God, they didn't mention that. I'm glad that. Duly note, Drew Gulak, along with the B team, confronted Braun Strowman, saying that Drew Gulak needs to take his slot on how he will save Team Smackdown at Survivor Series. I'm like, you shitting me?
But see,
Drew Gulak, you ain't nothing compared to the monster man. Go ahead.
Only way Lita Rush could make it like to Rey Mysterio is if he win other titles
and world titles at that.
And different companies.
We'll see. He hasn't won anything in Ring of Honor. He was Ring of Honor before. I don't know if he won titles then. I can't say for sure. I need to catch up on Ring of Honor. I got a bunch of episodes I'm going to skim through too. Like I am right now. I think I'm 3 more episodes behind on NXT UK, and I'm just here to talk, see the end of the matches. That's it. In which case, let's go ahead and get like I said, it's pretty quick. So let's go ahead and mention this. We would have the first match of NXT. And this time, unlike last week, it was an NXT ring with the yellow ropes. This time we would have Friday Night SmackDown's unique stage and the blue ropes. See? Blue ropes. We start the night out with Angel Garza, who had lost his match, as I said, to Lio Rush previously. And Gentleman Jack Gallagher would take his shot on the man who almost won the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. Sadly, he ends up losing the match to Angel Garza and Aiden English, right? Mm-hmm. Who's on commentary for that night and ends up right there behind the man as he's leaning against the freaking commentator's tail, says he took his eyes off the prize and ended up losing the match. Gentleman Jack Gallagher takes offense to that and is told to walk away by security, and he does. So now, apparently something's going around with Aiden English and Gentleman Jack Gallagher. They might have a match in the nearby future. This might be their way of showcasing Aiden English to be on 205 Live as a cruiserweight. So the question is, has he lost the weight to be at or under 205 pounds?
No, it's just that Aiden English was injured, bro.
He's on commentary. I don't see any injuries.
They said that he can't only do commentary because they don't want him wrestling.
There we go. Exclusive. Angel Garza blows a kiss at Lio Rush's wife, which they mentioned the part we were watching. I was like, oh shit. Next, we have the Singh brothers defeat local talent Tim Gage. Gange.
Yeah. Tim.
Gang?
Yeah, gang.
Yeah, apparently it was supposed to be both brothers versus one. What the hell? And after they win, it was during that match the 24/7 title clause would be suspended until after the match. So after the match, they get happy but eerie, like, what's going on? What's going on? I guess there's not a lot of people on 205 besides the general manager, Drake Maverick, who wants the title, but I didn't see nobody, did you? I didn't see nobody chasing them, but they're running. They're running. Finally, we have a tag team match between the champ, Lio Rush, and Raul
Mendoza
versus Tony Nese and Arya Daivari. In this match, we just skimmed through it to see the end, and it would be the final note delivered by Lio Rush, the champ, on his splash, I guess you call it frog splash, called the Final Hour to get the win on Tony Nese, of all people, and pins him for the 1-2-3. So that would be it. No talk, no nothing else that we know of unless it's after the show. And that would be it for SmackDown as well as 205 Live. How much time we got? Yeah, we're not going to have the time because your ride's going to come. Mm-hmm. We're going to see if we can do All Elite Wrestling for Full Gear and last week's episode, because on Wednesday will be the new episode, so we'll cover that on a later date. But as far as that, we'll also have the last week's episode of Impact Wrestling plus the new episode coming in tomorrow. I was thinking of doing you think we could do Turning Point? It was pretty simple. I could do a speed run on that. No. I'm serious. There was nothing much interesting going on in that. No title changes, no nothing. They even had a rematch between Rhino and Rob Van Dam. But yeah. Well, no. Wednesday. Because it's just us tomorrow. We can't do podcasts and do double shifts. We can't do that. Yeah. If we had a third person, then it'd be nice. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be it for our show. I'm SergDragon. This is T-Money. You like this video? Give it a thumbs up. You didn't? Give it a thumbs down. Hit that subscribe button right there. You like the content. Hit that notification bell right here for the next episode of the Heavens Monsters podcast. Peace out, everybody.
Bye.